Greetings and welcome to Karnak. I'm Matt, Matt Libyan Vidal. I'm here to talk about the 22 chakras, which consist, obviously, within the body, the main seven ones, which come from a root to, which is a lower base, right through to the seventh chakra. Um, what I'm going to be talking about when I get to the eighth one, I'm going to be telling colors and opposed to the meanings, because I think the colors vibration is even more important than you actually reciting the actual names of the chakras. Each of them can be used and can be used to benefit healing for oneself and from other individuals that you would work with. So what I'm going to do, let's get on and let's get started. The first one is the base, which is called a root. This is red and it starts at the bottom of the spine. That is also grounding. When most chakras are out, you would look at that in order to balance yourself. When I work, I always look at the base chakra, the root chakra, to see if that's working okay, because is like the foundation, because that holds all the chakras in place. And yourself, because it takes a lot, like your feet. If your feet are not working properly, then the rest of you is gonna struggle. So that's a key part you must look at. Second one is called the sacral chakra, which is orange, and that is based where the groin is. That one's for sexual healing. For also could be used for emotion as well. This is also about looking at your gender, looking at how if you are drawn to different aspects of life. So basically, if you're drawn to, if you have a problem with attraction and uh, working with somebody else or looking for an individual female, that is a good chakra to look at and to see if it's working properly and if it needs any clearing or anything negative that is holding you back in the sense in that circumstance. Now moving on, let's look at one of the most important ones, which is called the solar plexus, which is yellow. That is based in your stomach. A lot of the problems there could be is to do with the abdominal area. So this is very fundamentally important when I'm working with people, that you look at the solar plexus and how the solar plexus is relating to the other parts of the body. So, for example, this solar plexus is not spinning properly or is not pulsating properly, and the root is the same. You know that they need grounding, and you need to look at their spiritual self, their connections with their reality on this life, and how it connects to their spiritual transgressions into the next. So there could be past life issues. There could be acceptance of their higher consciousness of self, which again is linked to the seventh chakra. The next one is the heart, which is obviously placed where the heart is. That is green. Very, very, very important. It's fundamentally important because the heart is like a is more powerful than the brain. Be to be honest, there is documented fact that the heart transition pumps out more electronic um, energy than the brain does. So, for the fact is that though the heart may stop and the brain can still be living, if the brain stops and the heart will go, and there is more, um, um, it's it's key because that's one of the things they restart if you think about it. Because when you have a heart attack or your heart stops, you can be brain dead, but they always have to start your heart, but they do have to replace the heart. So yeah, there is lots of work that's going into looking at what the heart can do and what the heart chakra um, can help balance. The other thing about the heart chakra is well, that is when you're struggling on a vibrational level with partners or your friends or anything to do with relationship as well. This could also be linked with the problems to do with your commitment to individual things, for example, to work, to family, friends, and just if you're having a bad day. When I work with a lot of people who are having mental or mental illness or depression or anxiety, I look at the heart chakra, and I'll try and work out if that's a part of the fault within that individual person. Because a lot of the time, a lot of people just are looking elsewhere and not looking within. That's why when I always say, it's like it's all good working without, but the important things you need to work from within. The next one is the throat chakra, obviously based where the throat is. That is a blue color. Um, that is very, very important because it's all about communication. And if there's a lack of communication within your life, then it's going to cause a lot of knock-on effects. So communication with writing. Well, I worked with this writer before, and she was very blocked in. She couldn't put down what she wanted to say. So I looked at her throat chakra, which is out as well, and also her mind's eye and the higher, and also her crown chakra. Um, the more fundamental part about the the throat chakra for me with her was for the fact is that because it was out more than the rest of them, I managed to get the chakras spinning and cleared. And this is because she was being oppressed at her day job. So therefore, she felt she used as a transition in order to get away from the normal life and use her writing ability to escape. There's lots of music playing in the background, and it's kind of pulsating on higher vibration. So yeah, so at the end of the day, the heart chakra, the throat chakra is key. So again, if you suffer with for a sore throat, for example, that's another thing you should look at is have a look at your and your throat chakra, because there could be an element of no communication. So that's a vital aspect, very important to what you do. The next one's the third eye. The third eye is with a brow, it's just hair, and is an indigo color. And the third eye is for me one of my first chakras I managed to, I won't say master, but learn to understand and how to use it for my beneficial self, how to use it to help others, use it how to do my work, my holistic work. Because third eye is so key. It is so key. It sees through different dimensions, and you project, and you also connect with the third eye because you can connect with different spirits, different wave levels, and different dimensions. So the third eye is one of the most important things as a holistic therapist should be looking at. The next one is now number 7, which is the crown, which is the tail of your head. Now the crown is it is what it says it is. That is a yellow and or gold. That is connected to the higher frequencies, higher realms, higher abilities in order to achieve greater understanding. When I work with the crown chakra, it's there is this talk whether you can manipulate the crown chakra, but you can't really. You need to get a lot of um, approval when when you work with another client. You get their approval, and they say, "Yeah, that's fine. You can do your healing." When it comes to you, and you do the healing. Second thing is when you want to manipulate or help um, guide or heal certain chakras, you always talk to um, their guardians, because their guardians would help you and support you and guide you what is the issue and how best to fix it or rectify the situation. But when you're talking about the crown chakra, it's on a totally different wavelength. We're speaking about highest consciousness. This is linked to the creator. So it's above all, you need to speak to like ascendant. You need to use, for me, ascended masters, or you need to tap into the God energy in order to try and work with it. You can't change it because it's almost like the link to God, and God can change it, but you can view it and you can translate what's happening if the connection's weak, if the connection needs to be improved, if the connection is really strong, because sometimes, even though the connection is really strong, can still cause um, a lot of disruptions with all the other chakras, especially if they all are out. And for the fact is that if they're all out, it will throw everything haywire, especially if the client is not in that state of understanding. The next one is the eighth chakra, which is green. Then you got the ninth chakra, which is blue green. The 10th chakra, which is pearl. The 11th chakra is pink and orange. The 12th chakra is a shiny gold color. The 13th chakra is violet pink. The 14th chakra is blue and violet. The 15th is light golden white. The 16th is white violet white. The 17th is multicolored white, so it's different colors of white, so grays and so on and so forth. That's almost kind of like when you're working on a really, really high vibrational level in the 17th chakra, and we're looking at like higher dimensions. Then you've got the 18th chakra, which is pink. Then you've got the 19th, which is magnet, and then you've got the 20th, which is violet gold, and you've got 22, which and 20, 21 and 22, which is the same colors as 20. So all those different all those different chakras from the eighth upwards go here upwards, and you've got some dotted around you. I will speak about those on another time. But those other chakras, you can work out where you're working from. So, say if you're working from, I don't know, the 14th chakra, that is like the seventh, the sixth, or seventh dimension, and that is where you see things in 7 dimensions or 7 ways of viewing it. So, if you look at a box, it would have 4 sides, so that's like a fourth dimension. If you've got the second dimension, it would have 2 sides. One dimension is very flat, that's like the root, so that's like the base. So when you're working with all those different entities, all these vibrations, okay, all these different chakras are different sides to you, your dimensions of you, and when you can access. So, for example, with the different chakras, there are also different aspects of you. So therefore, there are different views of you. So you could have 22 different interpretations of you within that light. In order to tap into those, if you meditate, for example, with the 13th chakra, with the 12th chakra, and you use a shiny gold color, and you concentrate on a shiny gold color, and you meditate into that energy, then you will be tapping into the 12th chakra. But we warn that it is very strong, and something from light. So be careful when you're working. Always be safe. Protection is so key. I always say that protection, protection, protection. For your spiritual self and for those around you, and for your mind, for your heart, because there have been cases where people have um, had issues and have suffered from mental illness and also had heart attacks and so on and so forth, because they're not be doing their clearing or their protection right. So that's me done. Any questions? Yeah, drop us a note below. Subscribe, and I'll be doing a couple more videos in the next future. So thanks for listening, and